Joining us now to break down where we stand in the 2020 race is Bruce LeVell, a longtime advisor to President Trump and a senior media surrogate for the RNC. So, Bruce, you and I have talked about the development of this race for a long time, and it's become clear that the contrasting views of the two candidates are really is what's going to drive the American voter, I think, going into November. But judging by where we are right now, do you fear what you see in the polls at all, or are you waiting until November?
No, I don't, Alex. And thanks for having me again. Listen, this is actually like a mirror image of deja vu of 2016. And I will say there's even a more stronger silent majority. Obvious reasons. Look at all the chaos and all the intimidation and how dare you, et cetera. So I'm putting way more emphasis on the fact that we even have a double silent majority. So, yes, this is just like 2016. And, listen, if I get nervous, that's when you get nervous. But I am totally confident with the reelection of President Trump.
Cool as a cucumber. I can see it on your face right now. But when we talk about the president, too, I think you bring up a good point. In 2016, there was this level of uncertainty, if you will. How would he handle the office? Could he follow through on these promises? Things of that nature, since he hasn't been in politics his entire life. And now he's running on something where he could at least look back and say, before the COVID crisis, we had this economy. We've been through a crisis now, and the world didn't completely fall apart as many people said it would. So making that argument on the Republican Party side, how should they do that against Joe Biden? We're acknowledging the fact that he does have experience, but he also has a record coming with that experience.
Well, listen, Alex, at the end of the day, we're in a pandemic crisis, not a financial crisis, two different things. And we still have cranes up in every city. We're moving money. We're creating jobs, getting more innovative and creative in our businesses, et cetera. But you're right. Joe Biden, 8 years on the Obama administration. Nothing to show, really. And, the other thing, too, American people, we don't have amnesia. We remember where we were at a few months ago in terms of the lowest, in my lifetime, black unemployment since 72 recorded, lowest minority, unemployment in the history, great job numbers, great record in the stock market, et cetera. So these are, like you said, this is a record that the president has to run on that is very profound. That has one of the best in the history of the Oval Office. So I think people are getting a little cabin fever, as you might say, obviously with the COVID and being shut in, not being able to get out and do what they really need to do. But respectfully, the numbers don't lie.
And you brought up before, too, that you're seeing a little bit of deja vu. And it is kind of an interesting direction that the Democratic Party is going in, because you could argue that coming out of the Obama administration, the continuation of that, the neoliberal type of policies, that being Hillary Clinton, were rejected for a large part, which led to President Trump taking office. And now it looks like at the top of the Democratic ticket this time, they're once again trying to do the continuation of the Obama administration, which a lot of people would say was rejected in 2016, and now they're trying to do it once again in 2020. And now on the Trump side, we see that they are now changing up their at least messaging at the top. Bill Stepien coming in, replacing Brad Parscale at the top. How do you feel about that move?
Well, Bill, first of all, Bill is a fabulous strategist, really great guy. Brad, one of the best digital guys in the land. Listen, the campaigns are like seasons. They're like summer, winter, fall. They change, and they change with the climate. They change the economics, et cetera. So, you do bring in other folks and you move and shift. It's very, common to shift people around. I'm not panicking. Like I said, if I panic, you need to panic. But they're great folks. You could see the temperament. You've been watching the media in terms of how Brad has taken his role and how Bill is taking his role, and the president's confident. We're still confident. Listen, a lot of campaigns move around and twist around and move staff around. So I'm at total peace with that. And it's just actually going to get even better, Alex, to be honest with you.
And even in 2016, we saw the shakeup at the top happen several times going into that election, and we all know how that turned out. So I don't think people should get too nervous. And in fact, I think they should be a little bit more confident, because now you have someone in Brad Parscale who's focusing solely on the digital realm, which is so important, the analytics behind all of it. But then you also have now a new tone at the top regarding messaging. And those are the two things of this campaign. You have to be analytical, but you also have to have the message. And I think that's what they're working on right now. And with 3 months left until the election, I think it's a good time to make this change if they were going to at all. And now you get some consistency going into November. Everyone's on the same page. It looks like they're getting ready to get the wheels in motion, if you will. But Bruce LeVell, I appreciate you coming on tonight, breaking down the election for us. Thank you.